It is time for our weekly Mayor's Chat. Let's check in with St. Catharines Mayor Walter Sendzik. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Bob.
Since we last spoke, there was a special ceremony on Monday at St. Catharines City Hall, the red dress ceremony.
Yeah, it's part of the Red Dress Project. And so we've placed a red dress in one of our trees. The Red Dress Project is in support of murdered and missing Indigenous women and women of the LGBTQ2+. And it's part of our awareness for working with our Indigenous community about remembering the women who were murdered and are missing of Indigenous nature in terms of their background. And when you start to really understand the history and the impact that it's had on families, the hanging of that dress is symbolic. It shows a sign of support, but it's also spiritual. And the dress symbolizes they were specifically red because the spirits are attracted to red. They only see red in the Indigenous teachings. And so that's why it's important that we hang this at City Hall. And we're encouraging other organizations and other community members to hang a red dress in their tree up through and until February 15th.
Mm-hmm. And this is something that has impacted locally as well, hasn't it?
Ashley Simpson was discovered, her remains were discovered, and she had been missing for a number of years. She went missing in BC, and when you look at a number of women who have been missing in the BC area, many of them have been Indigenous, and so the discovering of the remains really brings it home to our community here, and our thoughts are with Ashley Simpson's family.
Yeah, it's a very important initiative. On to another initiative, the Great Lakes St. Lawrence Cities Initiative. You are the chair of this international organization. The annual meeting was this week. What was covered and what are some of the challenges?
And yeah, you're right. The Great Lakes St. Lawrence Cities Initiative, binational organization, 125 mayors representing the Great Lakes and the St. Lawrence River Basin. And really it's about protecting the water source, the waterway that runs through all of our communities. We were looking at shoreline erosion. We were looking at invasive species. We're looking at the effects of climate change on the Great Lakes. And so the two-day meeting was, one, setting a strategic course for the organization moving forward, making sure we're very focused on the efforts at hand that affect our Great Lakes and St. Lawrence River. And two, it was also meeting with our federal, state, and provincial counterparts to explain to them how we as an organization are working to protect our communities, but we need the support and partnership and collaboration of our upper levels of government. So these are important waterways for all of North America, and we're the ones that are right on the front lines, and so we're working together to protect them.
Yeah, it's such a precious resource that we tend to take for granted, but this is 20% of the world's fresh water.
It is, and from an economic standpoint, it would be the fourth largest economy in the world when you put it all together between the two nations along the Great Lakes and St. Lawrence River. So this is a very important asset, both from an ecological and from an economical point of view. And so as an organization, that is our focus. And when you've got mayors across the Great Lakes from Chicago, Toronto, Hamilton, Montreal, Quebec, you really have that support, that binational collaboration, which is important.
Yeah. Tell us about there's a new wellness space that opened its doors to the community this weekend.
Yeah. Jessica Hendricks, who's an amazing young woman here in our community, she's opened up Stay Strong Collective, and it's for people of all abilities, but it's really looking at those who feel marginalized in our community. And there's a picture of Jessica right there, and she's such a leader and really wants to do positive things in our community. She's got an amazing board working with her. And it's about empowerment. It's about really addressing the issues around mental health, about feeling marginalized and the impact it has both on the body, spiritually, physically, and mentally. And Jessica's Stay Strong Collective is really another opportunity for people to get together and really tackle some of those issues that are associated with isolation and mental health.
And recognizing other amazing individuals, the Volunteer Award nominations are open.
What a year, right? Like when you look at everything that the healthcare sector has gone through, all the local agencies that have, the volunteers that have put their hand up, the neighbors that have come together, this is a great opportunity for people to recognize the uniqueness of the last 2 years and nominate people who have put their hand up and said, I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of the positive efforts that are undertaken in our community. So we're looking for a lot of recognition for the volunteers, the unsung heroes, as they say.
Okay. They're telling me to wrap, but before we go to Brian, I have to quickly ask you, the snow isn't melting as fast as we want it to. Are there fines now for uncleared pathways in St. Catharines or sidewalks?
We are doing fines, but Bob, the snow is melting fast. I'm just saying. It's melting fast.
We got a guy on it.
So ask Brian.
Well, we'll link up the website for more information on that for the city of St. Catharines. Good to see you, Mayor Walter Sendzik.